lemonade.com.
Welcome back to 13 Folds Live, 13 Folds Radio on lemonade.com. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. We got a great interview lined up for you. We're sitting here with Luke Maylou, or Malox for those of you in Florida, from the Violet Tempo. And you actually got the whole band with you tonight. That's a special surprise. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How yourself?
So, Luke, do you want to introduce the rest of the band for our listeners?
Yep. I'm Luke Melo. And then we got
Joseph Reyes.
I'm David Torres.
I'm Rob Gray.
Yeah.
And we are the Violet Tempo.
Yeah.
True, we're well tempo.
It's true.
So you guys are rising in the ranks now in Providence local bands, and that's pretty cool, man. It's a great scene to be a part of.
Honestly, it really is.
Second seat.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. There's so much great music in Providence. It's honestly, it's really inspiring.
So from what I understand, you guys all kind of met at Madcap. Is that correct?
More or less. Yeah.
It's true. And we are like the only people who did not meet at Madcap was Luke and I, because we were roommates at the time.
Oh, okay.
But we both went to Madcap anyway, so but yeah.
He's when he showed me Madcap. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So for listeners who don't really know what Madcap is, you want to explain to everybody kind of. I love that story about how you guys kind of first performed together at Madcap. You want to let our listeners know that story?
So Madcap is an open mic ran by Nate Cozzolino and Nick Hallenbeck. He goes by Soup.
Soup.
Yeah, and they would have an open mic every Wednesday. I would go every Wednesday, and I started practice every Monday. I'm so sorry, it was Monday.
Madcap Monday.
Yeah, I know, right, bro? So I would go frequently, and then I met Robbie there, and me and Robbie started jamming together. And funny enough, Luke and, like you said, were roommates, and we started all playing together. And then we got like two other members solely from Luke's connections from playing around and being in different bands.
Actually,
Nice.
and our keyboardist is also a Madcap.
we brought in a new keyboardist after the newly released EP. So
It's technically 5 of us.
yeah.
It's true.
Oh, okay.
But now, so we're just like showing like right now the OG Violet Tempo right now, and then we'll slowly be introducing him as we try to start doing our weekly live streams. What we're trying to set up at the moment.
Yeah, this is what this setup is supposed to be. Is a live stream setup that we're gonna do fairly soon, or in the future, I should say, where we'll be playing on Twitch TV and different streaming services.
So pretty much you got a live-in studio at this point, right?
Pretty much.
Yep, it's my living room.
You know, that's what's been great about COVID, though. It's caused us all to be a little bit more creative in how we're getting our art and music and everything out there. So, you know, I can appreciate that.
Yeah. And actually, this is an electric drum kit, so we're nice and quiet.
Nice.
Makes it nice to mix, too. It's beautiful.
Now, you just recorded EP, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago, like a few months ago.
Back in the
Okay.
summer.
And now that's called Leap of Faith, a living work of fiction, right?
Leap of Faith is one of the songs. Living Work of Fiction is the name of the EP. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is so it's a living work of fiction. Now, you guys recorded that at the Railroad Park Recording Company, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, so tell us a little bit what it's like working with Clinton over there, because from what I understand, he produced this CD with you guys, correct?
Yeah, he did. Honestly, working with Clinton was awesome. I mean, from the first day that we got there, Him and Kyle are just so welcoming, and it just helped to make everybody feel really relaxed. It was really a comfortable process the whole time. And I mean, Clinton is a wizard in Cubase. That's one of the things I hear about Cubase is that it's very technical. There's a lot of keyboard shortcuts, and I mean, he was just masterful. It was really cool. It was a great experience.
Now, what was the creative process like though during this whole the recording sessions? Like, did you guys already have a lot of material, or were you creating it on as you were going?
So something this band had, it's an extremely good problem, but we have so much material and so much good songs that it was a matter of trimming down to figure out which songs to work with. Because we started with a pile of 20 songs, and we decided that we would send 10 to the studio to get feedback on, and we ultimately narrowed it down to just 4. But we're going for variety to show the different styles that this band covers, because even those 4 don't cover the variety. They're relatively safe. For how varied our sound is, but the idea was to capture the fact that we do have variety, and all the songs were like pre-written and all worked, almost like 80% worked out. Clinton did have some input, some how we shaped a few parts, but for the most part, the songs were written beforehand.
Yeah. And it's a great album. I listened to it. I mean, I hope you add a lot more to it, because it almost feels like the beginning of a concept album to me. And, I appreciate that. It feels like a complete piece of art.
Well, first start with like the comic book theme, which is
talk about Daredevil.
I wrote Daredevil, just like, what do you call it? Well, Daredevil and Leap of Faith are both songs written inspired by comic books. Like Daredevil, I love comic books. I'm a huge comic book nerd. Daredevil, I wrote because Daredevil is one of my favorite superheroes. And Leap of Faith is actually, I wrote it after watching Into the Spider-Verse. And Leap of Faith is like a major theme throughout the film. And it's like something that Miles has to overcome. So I thought, like, when watching Into the Spider-Verse, I really connected with the idea of like Miles and Spider-Man, and then like Peter Parker and like Miles and Peter Parker, and then myself and Stan Lee. So there was like this weird connection. I was like, I had to write a song about it.
That's my favorite Spider-Man movie. I hate to break topic, but that movie was awesome. I think that's the best one they've done yet.
Yeah, I think so too. Like that one, and I'm a huge fan of Tom Holland Spider-Man's too, but like Into the Spider-Verse was like super inspiring. Like I couldn't help it.
Well, you know what? Let's do this. Since we're talking about it, I'm going to play Leap of Faith, and we're going to play a couple more songs from you guys, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. How's that?
Sweet. Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right. So guys, we got Leap of Faith coming up from Violet Tempo. Before I play this, I just want to do another shout out to our sponsors. Our main sponsor, Northeast Alternatives, Fall River, Mass. Thank you guys. You guys have been a huge supporter of 13 Folds since the beginning, and we appreciate everything you do for us. Wonderland Smoke Shop, Solar Therapeutics, and Kind Card. You guys, thanks. I can't express how much I appreciate you guys having faith in what we're doing and staying on board through this crazy times that we're going through. And thank you. Keep listening. We're going to be back talking to Violet Tempo more. And you're listening to 13 Folds live on lemonadio.com. And welcome back to 13 Folds Live on lemonadio.com. I'm Dave Death, your host, and I'm joined here with our very good friends, Violet Tempo. How you guys doing tonight?
Great, pretty well. How about you?
Good. So yeah, that was Daredevil. That one's off the new EP, and yeah, that's another great song. I love both those songs, but just in case you didn't notice, I did throw in some obscure tracks there. These bots. Now, that's a a living room studio recording, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, this living room.
So see, that's what you know. What that sounds great for the type of recording it is. You know. So yeah, you guys did that last month, January?
That record was about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
think yeah.
So those are
Well,
really recent. Nobody's heard those yet.
No, actually, that's we haven't even we did one show back in was it November?
We haven't performed it live.
We didn't perform that one. That one's never been shared other than with some close friends. So
Honestly, it was cool to.
So you heard it here first on 13 Folds Radio, huh?
Yeah.
So I actually, after listening to everything that you guys have already done with the new CD, I'm looking forward to hearing some of these after they really get mixed down and you guys get to go to town on those, because we got a lot more songs that you guys had sent us of stuff that you've been working on that's not released, and we're going to play some of that tonight. Whether you guys like it or not, I'm sorry.
No, it's funny that you were mentioning concept albums before, because we actually the next EP that we're planning, we have about 5 or 6 songs that we put together that follow an adventure theme, and honestly,
2 of them are I shared 2 of them with you: Damsels in Distress and Sullen's Song.
These bots isn't even on it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
we have so much music that we've been working on. I mean, Joey's an amazing songwriter.
Come on,
He
man.
just he pumps them out too fast, and then we occasionally write one as a group. So it just
Yeah.
we have mountains of material.
We're really excited. We have a lot of stuff to work with.
It's cool.
So let's discuss that, actually, because I'm always fascinated by the way bands work, because you know, I sit in and I watch a lot of people produce, and so usually somebody will write a song and then the whole band gets involved, and it just builds and builds into this, into this finished masterpiece. So kind of explain how that process works with you guys.
So,
Yeah, so start with the basics, which is when it comes from you.
So usually I just like write a song or something. Well, it started I would write songs because I just like writing songs is how I get through stuff in general, like mental health kind of wise.
Yeah, it's like therapy.
Exactly. So I do that, and then I would bring it to these guys, and we would all jam on it. But then what would slowly start happening was there was this little give and take between these guys would listen to the song and be like, "Oh, you wrote 4 songs in 2 days, but 3 of these songs sound too much alike." And then Robbie would say something, or Luke would say something, or Dave would say something, and then I would remember one of those things about one of the critiques of the song. And then I would literally challenge myself and be the next week I'm gonna be well, now the next 4 are gonna have that little thing. I'm gonna try to get as close to that thing as possible. And
See, what you got to do in those scenarios is you take the best parts of all those songs and bring them in, and you make your masterpiece that one song, man.
So what's been happening is all those little techniques and all those things that they pulled out through the year and the years now and the months of us playing are now how I developed my ability to write songs. So now they were this from the first 5 songs they would be we gotta, Joseph, whenever you write songs, there's always missing the bridges are kind of weak
Or the same rhythm.
exactly. So those
True.
and now when as the next songs come in, the songs from last month, which were songs Still Talking to You, those songs are culminations of all those little critiques that they would give me when I would show them all these songs. And then now that song is a hot bang. You're like, God damn, okay, that song is fire.
There's a few A lot of the recent ones have been really good.
Yes.
We're having a lot of fun.
Still Talking to You is one that that you have, and we've only had that song for 2 months. So and that's quickly become one of our favorites.
Yeah,
And also with our keyboardist there, all the parts are still being worked out because it's a brand new song. But
Well, you know what? We're gonna play some of that. So actually, let's throw some of those little ditties out for everybody to check out. You're listening to 13 Folds live on lemonadio.com. Also, if you're listening to us, you can go watch us live on YouTube. Just go and subscribe to 13 Folds live on YouTube, and you can watch us live. You can get in the chat. You can talk smack, and or you can give us praise. If you feel like it. We like praise. So yeah, this one's called Fifth Koopa, and this is another studio release that nobody else has heard. So you're hearing it here first on 13 Folds Live, lemonadio.com.
I'm on my fifth cup of wine already, and this next one's about to get me heady. I'll pour another in my cup when this one's all done for the things that I'll face in my days. I'm on my fifth try of love already, and this next one's about to get me all sweaty. Cause I will lay her in my bed and she'll run around my head when I face the things in my day. Cause I'm that bitch you got nowhere left to meet her. I trick as wrong and my words are still wrong, even in a perfect theater.
And welcome back to 13 Folds Live on lemonadio.com. And we are here with Violet Tempo. And yeah, guys, those were more tracks that no one else has heard yet. Have you guys played those live though for anyone yet, or?
we did assign a signal once, which was the middle of the 3 there. We performed that once in November.
Actually, at dusk, where they used to hold Madcap.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was an outdoor show. It was cold. It was cold. Like in the photos, you could see like these guys, like their breath, and they're wearing big old jackets and stuff. I was in a t-shirt because I'm the drummer.
See, but it's cool watching shows out there at dusk because it's almost like camping. We all got our little campfires there in the parking lot. I like that. I like that setup.
It was one of my only live experiences, since COVID started. So it was really cool to be out there.
Nice.
Really
Rick's
cool.
always doing stuff. He does what he can to bring live entertainment to people because, it's important. I can't tell you how depressed I get depressed sitting at home thinking about, I like the social aspect of live music, and it's we could still get it online, but there's nothing like being there in person and the energy that you feel.
Right.
And I miss the hell out of that.
Yeah,
but,
definitely. But we're trying to cap our plans right now for live streaming would actually have that quality of the songs we just listened to. Those were all live recordings, like from this living room studio thing. And our live streams are going to have that quality. And so we're hoping that by having the decent quality and us just being able to talk and stuff, we can sort of and interact with the crowd via streaming and like talking and stuff. We're hoping that at least get closer to that real live energy. And so that's our goal with the live streaming stuff that is coming up.
Which should be happening not too far from now on
couple weeks.
Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube. We're trying to figure out which ones we want to stream on.
Nice.
But on Twitch, or Violet_Tempo is our Twitch channel, and our Facebook channel, Violet Tempo Music.
I haven't gone down the Twitch road yet. I don't have the time to do the regular social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram. I can't keep up with all that crap.
It's hard.
And every time you get a hang of one, they create another one, you know?
Now TikTok. Now you gotta get on TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
TikTok.
Can't miss the dancing trends. Fair enough. It's the next generation. It's like mine.
We can't take all the credit for the social media. We did just recently acquire a social media manager.
Nice.
Great help. So.
You need one. You got to have one.
Honestly,
Where-
it's huge.
So now you're going to be doing the live streams. How about? I mean, you were kind of talking about another CD coming out. So when can we expect another actual, legit CD coming out? I want to see like at least 9 songs, dude.
So
We're shooting for 6, but we don't really know exactly when we're trying to get it out yet.
Recently, our goal has been to prepare for live streaming. Probably pretty often. We're not sure quite how often. Once a week.
We do plan to go into the studio again soon.
Also, live streaming will help us inform us to what songs should be put on the album because we have like 30 songs. So like knowing which songs would be worth putting all the effort to. Also, streaming and stuff like that, like Patreon and things could help
fund the studio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But because that's a problem.
You know what you guys need to do is you need to team up with a bar. A bar restaurant. So when you're live streaming, people can click a button or something and order liquor from the restaurant and have it delivered right to their house. It'll add to that we're at the club partying together atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's live. That'd be pretty wild.
I know there's websites where like you literally tie your account to that website. And people can order food for you, and it's like through a third party. So like people, instead of donating, they order like food and drinks for you. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, man. That's as close as you can get to being at the club and watching live music right there.
Right.
Hell, I'd be down for that. Do you remember 6 months ago we could, or maybe it's a year now, when you couldn't have alcohol delivered to your house? That was frowned upon by everybody. Now it's like, yeah, just order alcohol. We'll deliver it right to your door.
They'll deliver anything to your door now.
So we don't have. So you're not going to give me a time frame. What if I give you a time frame? Like sometimes as an artist, I work better under pressure. Like if and I'll procrastinate until like 2 days before the project's done.
Yeah. Right.
So like, and I know how it is. I know what goes into this. So I'm gonna say by July.
Well, we can do that. Oh yeah.
That's more than reasonable time frame, man.
We have a group of 5 or 6 songs that we've been looking at.
It's been a plan for a long time, actually.
Right.
Like we back in the fall, we were planning to have recording like this winter, like now, be working on stuff. But the way COVID went, we ended up taking a break for like a month, and then we added a new member. So we kind of had to shift our focus. Like instead of trying to force recording when we're rusty and have a new guy, we decided, you know what, let's just do our normal band thing for a few more months.
Let's whip this new guy into shape.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's adding so much in these songs too.
I'm really excited. He's a really great keyboard player.
And he's another vocalist.
And another vocalist. And I understand what he's going through. I mean, when I started, Joey had already had a few songs that he played with Robbie and with Luke, and I just came into jam, and it just went from there. But back then, I was still only learning like 9 or 10 songs. I mean, he's got to learn like 30 songs.
Yeah, like you guys got like 30 songs. You were telling me this kid's. Yeah, you got to give him some time.
Yeah.
And plus, when you're new, when you come into a band, you don't want to like overstep your bounds, and there's a lot that goes into that. It's a pretty big adjustment period, but don't let him have too much freedom, man. Keep him in check.
One of the songs that we'll get to, "Damsels in Distress," you can definitely hear he adds a lot vocally there, but he's playing the piano keys, and I don't know if it's piano or electric keyboard in that song. But and in some of those live recordings, his parts are not really defined yet because he's still writing them.
Yeah.
So go easy on the keys.
Right.
So you know
Keyboard.
what? Actually, "Damsels in Distress" is actually the next song up. So let's play that, and then I want to play I want to play the last two songs off of the new EP, and then we can wrap everything up because we are running out of time. But before we take another break, I want to thank our sponsors again, Northeast Alternatives. You guys make all this happen. Wonderland Smoke Shop, Solar Therapeutics, and Kind Card. Thank you guys. And you know what? Thanks Lemonadio for giving us the platform to do all of this on. I appreciate everything that you guys do to keep us actually up and running, because without you, we would just be talking to each other and nobody else would be listening, which would be cool. But, Lemonadio, thank you guys. So yeah, let's listen to Damsels in Distress. You're listening to 13 Folds Live, lemonadio.com.
Off on the quest to go save the damsels in distress for the pressing life ahead. There were some things left unsaid.
Here I am, made it just in time. Here I am, it was freaking trouble in my mind, in my mind. I made it past the finish line. I made it this far, but I know I'm not done. 'Cause I made it this far, but I know I'm not done.
And welcome back to 13 Folds Live on lemonadio.com. And yeah, this is our final segment here with Luke Melu and gang from the Violent Tempo. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us and taking your time. I'm actually glad I was just expecting Luke tonight, and I got the whole band. So thank you guys for doing this. And I know we had to trek through snow and everything just to have this interview and for you guys to gather together. So I appreciate you guys all risking your lives for us.
We do it for the music.
Yeah, it was band practice day.
So that was Finish Line. That was actually, I think we got to play the whole EP tonight. And a lot of your guys' unreleased stuff that I look forward to hearing that after it's produced and mixed down and everything. Everything I've heard, I think has a lot of potential. And yeah, like I was saying, if you guys need any help with artwork for the next CD, hit me up. I'm willing to do something and just support the local scene. Actually, I did a lot of stuff for Madcap. I'm the guy who does their anniversary posters.
Wait,
So I guarantee you've seen my stuff.
Oh, I got hanging up on my wall.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
So yeah, let me know and I'll hook you guys up. Consider that one. Yeah. Consider that one a freebie from 13 Folds.
So we'll take that up. Thank you.
So yeah, we were talking while we were off air and the music was playing, and we were talking about how there's a very 60s vibe to that whole album. What are your guys' influences as far as whose music do you take in when you're writing songs?
Well, I mean, to start, Joey does most of the songwriting, so. In terms of the lyrics and a lot of the time the feel of the song, that would go to a lot of his influences. But I mean, we all definitely have our own influences and our own instruments. I mean, for playing guitar, I'm a bass player, but playing guitar in Violent Tempo, I've definitely taken a lot from John Frusciante, I feel, and another lesser known band from New Jersey, Envy on the Coast. Their guitar playing really influenced me a lot. But
and then me, what influences me? General influences, like as being a musician. Things like are people like Claudio Sanchez from Coheed and Cambria and bands like Death Cab for Cutie and Motion City Soundtrack. But I listen to a lot of 80s music. Like I was like that's like my playlist. Yeah. So like that's why like I'm so upset when you say like the Smiths, dude. I'm like Smiths are on my radio all the time. That's like that's usually what I listen to and
Yeah.
Inspires me.
There were 3 groups that we sort of decided. Well, actually, no. Those were what we decided we sounded like. But one that like most of us enjoy, or like Death Cab for Cutie, like the drumming, the drummer Jason McGurr in that group. He's very he plays a lot of interesting and unique drum beats that are an inspiration to me.
Yeah.
But then as for drumming, Mute Math, Darren King is a phenomenal drummer, and I will probably never have the stamina or energy he does, but it just the approach to the instrument and the manipulation of where the beat is and interesting drum beats is something I try to do in my own drumming.
Nice.
But also they have an amazing bassist, and bass is my primary instrument, which is his primary instrument and his primary instrument. And
Yeah, we're 3 bass players in the band.
On the basis.
influence.
All right,
Bass
wise, like probably like Sting is probably my favorite like bassist who like sings and plays at the same time. But like as far as like music, I listen to like everything, like Queens of the Stone Age, like Josh Homme, and Alex Turner from Arctic Monkeys. Like it's a bunch of stuff.
All good bands. All good bands. You know what, guys? We're running out of time. We only got a couple minutes left. Just one last time, tell everybody where to go, where they can get the CD. I think if you haven't listened to it, they need to listen to it and buy it. You know, support your local artists this time, especially with COVID going on, because we don't get to do live shows anymore. So go check out the CD, purchase it, help out your fellow local musicians, and support the scene. But anyways, guys, where's your website at where they can go buy that CD?
VioletTempo.com is our website.
VioletTempo.com.
That's easy. That's easy.
It is.
I can even remember that. VioletTempo.com. You heard it here. Go there, buy the CD. And what else right now, you know, where else can people go and learn? You know, do you guys got a social media, Facebook or anything like that?
We post on Facebook, Violet Tempo Music. That's our Facebook. Most of our information is usually updated on there. Instagram, Violet_Tempo on Instagram. But like our website is where you can get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and Instagram has links to those other sites as well. So if you wanted to go straight to the website, then you can find everything on there.
So once all this stuff is over, guys, and we get to do our Thursday nights live again, out in public with actual people, you guys will have to come and join us one of those nights and get up on stage.
And honestly, I want to thank you, Dave, and Eddie, in Run and Tech, and 13 Folds for having us. This has been a cool experience, and and our friend Jess that helped connect us in the first place.
She's usually here with us. We miss her. She's out of state tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
But thank you for this. Has been
cool,
nice.
All right, guys. We're gonna play some music. Actually, some other music that we got lined up. I do have one last little ditty that I'm gonna bring us out on. This is a little sea shanty. It sounds like that you guys made. Can I play this one?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I mean, do you have rules against certain words?
No.
I think it's fine.
You can say whatever you want here. So yeah, we're gonna go out on this song, and then guys, stick around. We're gonna play. I got a lot of new stuff actually tonight lined up. I got some old stuff too, dude. We got some Filter. We got some I got some Wu-Tang even lined up for tonight. Man. We're going all over the place. I got Wu-Tang and Roy Orbison on the same damn playlist coming out.
Nice.
How's that for you?
The stretch.
We got one more thing that we forgot to mention.
All right.
Just 'cause we got a few T-shirts left over, and we're trying to sell them.
Nice.
We're
20 bucks a piece.
We have 2 more.
Each one comes with a
pictures.
hand-drawn picture from our social media manager.
You can message on Facebook if you're trying to get one of those. Right stuff.
So how do people? Are you guys selling those on the website too?
We're setting that up.
You know what? That gives people reason to go to go on the social media. Hit these guys up on Facebook. That's a pretty badass shirt.
Instagram. Thank you.
So you guys, if you want to get, and they only had a couple left. How many did you say you had left?
4? I mean, we might make some more, but we might just move on to other art for other songs.
Oh yeah, you guys got to hit them up. Get the last 4 shirts. You know, chip in for some equipment for the home studio.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys, you're listening to 13 Folds Live on lemonadio.com. Thank you once again, Northeast Alternatives, Solar Therapeutics, Wonderland Smoke Shop, and Kind Card. You guys make all this happen. And thank you again, Violet Tempo. We'll hear more from you. I'm going to be back in touch with you guys. I want to keep tracks. I gave you guys till July, right?
Yeah, it's true.
All right, don't let me down because I live in Providence. I'll find you, and I'll shake you down until the CD's done, man. That's the way it goes. You gave your word on 13 Folds Live. We're going to hold you. You don't want to know what my fans are like. If you don't come through, some shit will go down.
I want to.
There will be a non-violent mob outside of your house.
To play music. You better play music.
Sounds terrible.
All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around with us, and everybody listening. Stay tuned. Keep listening. We got more music for you coming up next. We'll see you again next week on 13 Folds Live.
So I'm sailing through life trying to find an island that's good. A shack up with a lass, of course, with rum and lots of food. But finding in life, you're at the mercy of the tide. So I sing a sullen song with rum and try to catch a vibe. Hey!
Folds Live.